back here to make all of those transactions and all of that work better for you. That is my part in this for you guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about the strategy here. As we've seen, digital's disrupting everything. This world we live in is different. Scott talked about this already. Technology is changing how we do things. Phones instead of laptops. I am never free of my job, which I don't mind at all, because I have my phone with me. So I can do everything except probably Excel from my phone. And I don't do that much Excel. So I can do my job from my phone. That's different. This is a different world we're in. All right, these companies here on this list are 20 digital leaders. They're Fortune 100 companies. And I want you to look at this list and when they started, and I want you to know that out of these, 16 of these top 20 digital leaders were born before the internet. I know we've all heard, oh, Nu Skin's old, we weren't born in the digital age. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. Look at these companies. Apple, do you think they're a digital leader? Yes, of course. They were born before the internet, and they have been able to transform their company. Now, each one of these companies transformed in a slightly different way, but there's one key thing that we know about these companies that transformed, and that is that their CEO was passionate about making this digital transformation. Do you guys think that Truman is passionate about us making this digital transformation? Yes. So can we make this transformation? Yes. No, you don't mess with Truman. I like that. So we know that we can do this. Like, I have all the faith in this. So how do we transform? How are we going to meet these expectations of the rising generation? Did you see our future leaders? Did you see these beautiful? Ben is beautiful as well, and the beautiful girls that are our leaders, right? The future is changing with this rising generation. So I want to quickly introduce. We have part of Truman's big initiative is that he created a brand new digital team here at Nu Skin to support us and to do this. So we're going to have Steve Carlisle come up here. He was in the Japan office. He actually worked with me in the US years ago, and it was awesome, and then he left us to do marketing in Japan, and he has come back in a role over this global digital transformation. So Steve is going to come up here and talk through what we're doing as part of this digital transformation. I should have put his picture up there. We had to sit here for a long time for this picture up here.
It's all good, thanks. I'm excited to be here today, and really excited to hear from all the leaders, beforehand. And, the thing that I really want to emphasize more than anything else, when we talk about this digital transformation that we're undergoing as a company, is that it's focused on you. That's the intent behind everything that we're doing. Is it's focused on how are we better going to be able to enable the work that you do on a daily basis, so that whatever new technologies, whatever new solutions come out, to what Scott said earlier this morning, you will be at the forefront of whatever opportunity exists. There will be this level playing field. And that's really what our focus is moving forward. Many of you have not seen this, so what I'm going to show you today a little bit is I'm going to pull back the curtain some, and you're going to see a lot of the internal workings and the process we've been going through over the last year as a company to begin to transform internally what we do so that we're better enabled to deliver that digital experience to you as end distributors and users who are consuming what it is that Nu Skin's making available. And this is the digital vision that we've established for ourselves as a company, is to provide Nu Skin stakeholders with an inspiring digital experience. It's personalized to your needs, it's simple to use, and it's pushing our boundaries of innovation forward as a company. So how did we get here? Some of you maybe heard Truman talk about this. This is the internal code name that we're calling this digital transformation. It's Me Commerce. And really what it stands for is being able to personalize the transactions and your ability to be able to go one-to-one. It's interesting, I was at a conference just a couple of weeks ago. Most of you would recognize the name of this company that was hosting it out in Silicon Valley. And it was amazing to me to hear their leaders talk about the new demographic is the one-to-one connection. And I'm like, well, that's exactly what our business is. It's all about the one-to-one connection. And the rest of the world's just kind of finding this out, discovering it as we go along, right? But technology has now caught up with our ability to create that one-to-one connection. And so as an organization, as New Skin, how do we transform ourselves internally to deliver that digital experience for you to have those one-to-one connections and deliver that going forward using platforms that you're already on a daily basis? And so e-commerce is the project that we're using to deliver that. One of the things that we discovered early on in the process was that we wanted to partner with a world-class organization to help us through this transformation. And so something that, once again, because of the importance of this moving forward, we wanted to ensure that whoever we selected could be able to tap into you, into our distributors around the world. And so we selected an agency that had that global reach. It was important to us to make sure that who our digital partner was through this transformation could work with you to make sure that we're delivering to you as an end benefit what it is that is most valuable to you as distributors. And so we've been working with them over the last year, and we really started this going all the way back to January of last year. The way that I like to describe this first phase that we really embarked on to begin this journey was to map out what that digital vision is and what that direction is. And it was kind of answering the questions of what. You know, what is that vision as a company? What is our strategic direction? What are some of the key initiatives that we're going to pursue? And we spent a lot of time doing research all around the world. We met with distributors and leaders and customers from every one of our regions to make sure that we could understand what will that experience look like in the future. Meeting with our corporate leaders, our internal employees, to ensure that what it is that we will build in the future will enable us not only to be successful for the next couple of years, but as we've heard, with the pace of change that we're seeing in the marketplace today, we wanted to be able to make sure that we're at the forefront well into the future. So we spent time to be able to define what that digital vision would be and what that future state should look like with the company. And our focus was very clear, and I've highlighted this earlier, but I'll mention it again. The focus was our leaders, and specifically around these three categories. How are our leaders buying, using, and sharing New Skin products? How are they recruiting? And then how are you keeping your downline active and progressing as leaders? What can we provide you better than what we're offering today to accomplish your goals in each one of these three areas? And so one thing that we felt was very important was that we look across the entire distributor journey and that we identify what are those really critical interactions that you have, whether it's with the company or whether it's with your downline or your prospects or your customers, and how can we deliver you the right tool sets to be able to enhance that and make that a better experience than what it is today. So if phase one was about answering the question of what, phase two is answering the question of how. And we started this also mid last year and worked on saying, okay, we know where we want to go in the future as a company. We've mapped out this future journey, and now we've got to figure out how are we going to do that. And that requires some internal assessment. Where do we need to change? Where do we need to adapt? And one of the things that was highlighted, that Kathy already mentioned, was a group that was created to focus on this entirely, to make sure that we're looking at that end-to-end experience that I showed you on the previous slide, to ensure that you're having the best digital interactions with us moving forward. This is a really complicated slide. I'm not expecting any of you to memorize this or look at it. I'm showing it just to make a point. This is the evaluation process that we went through as a company to find out where we are today so that we can map a journey to the future. So we evaluated ourselves across 44 different categories. Some of the things you might notice on here is it's not just focused on technology. That's important. You see that over here on the right-hand side. But we need to identify, how do we transform our marketing organization? How do we transform our sales organization? How do we transform everything that we do as a company to meet the needs of what the world expects when it comes to that one-to-one connection of how you're going to be able to build your business moving forward. And so we've mapped this out, and we're beginning to implement a lot of changes internally that you may not see, that are happening behind the scenes, but it's all about preparing for the future and giving you what you need. So we're in phase 3 right now. And what phase 3 is you're going to begin seeing in markets and regions around the world over the next little while, pilots and things that we're going to begin testing with distributors, hand in hand. We're taking a different approach, and Kathy's going to talk about this in just a moment. We're taking a little bit of a different approach than what we've done historically. We've kind of, what we've normally done is we've said, okay, let's sit down, we'll map out what we think distributors want, we'll talk to a few people, we'll go back and take a year to develop something, and then we roll it out. And what we're going to do now is work hand in hand with you every step of the journey as we develop these tool sets to make sure that it's delivering the most value to you. And so when we get ready to expand this out to the wider marketplace, you know that what we're providing you will be exactly what you need. So I'm going to invite Kathy to come back up. She even disappeared here for a second. Oh, I missed you on the front row. To talk a little bit about what this approach is going to be moving forward and really what the end benefit is for you as distributors.
Okay, so I don't want to talk too techie to you guys with the difference between waterfall and agile. But what I want you to know is in this new approach that we're taking, and I'm going to give you some examples, is there's a few things that are happening here. Can you see user-centered and iterative? Do you think that it's important that you and our customers are the center of who we're looking at and of the users? That's not always the case, is it? Sometimes when we build things and we do technology, it's what can the system do? And then you guys get to make the change around that. And that's not the way that we want this to function. So this new approach, this new part of the digital transformation, and you saw Steve said, distributors were the biggest part of that interview group, right? That it's user-centered. Now, it's cross-functional teams. Instead of me being on a team over here, and Steve being on a team over there, and the product team here, and IT here, we're all going to be together, working together to get faster results as part of these cross-functional teams. It's going to fix the processes of just weeks and weeks and weeks that we all know. Anyone who's worked in corporate America knows how that happens. This approach will change that. And it allows these teams to be empowered and to be proactive. And that's essential in turning the ship and in making these things happen faster. So let me give you an example of Agile. I don't live far from here, but if I gave you the task of, I need a way to get from my house to work every day, and you said, okay, I'm gonna go build you a sports car. I'm gonna build you the fastest sports car because we wanna take advantage of that speed and that time to getting to work. And so you go off, and you spend a few $1 million, and you build me a sports car, and a year later you give me a car to get to work. That's what we call the waterfall methodology. Now, the way that we're changing this and what we're switching to is called Agile. Maybe I can start by getting on a skateboard and riding to work. Guys, I've got skills. I really think I could skateboard to work. Then I switched to a bike, and then a motorcycle, and then I realized speed wasn't what was important. I didn't need a fast sports car. I needed to bring stuff to work. I needed a pickup truck with a lot of space in it. And now, instead of me getting something a year later, and millions of dollars later, and then I'm strapping on a little thing to the top to haul everything, I get exactly what I need because I've made these small changes along the way, and you're gonna see things earlier. You're not waiting until the final piece to see stuff. You're gonna see us calling out for beta users and testers who are gonna ride that bicycle to work instead of waiting for the sports car. You don't have to skateboard. I'm not gonna make you guys skateboard to work. But does that make sense what a difference is on the way that we're gonna approach this and how your involvement is going to change what you get in the end instead of just me trying to figure out and decide and put all those requirements at the beginning and then give you something at the end that maybe was just a tiny bit off. Even though it was really awesome, it was just a little bit off. So this is the new way that we're transforming as a company. And I think you guys are gonna love as you see this take effect. And it's not just with technology. This is us as a company transforming and changing into this.
Right, so we wanted to show you a quick video. And For those of you who attended our digital session and convention last year, you caught a glimpse of what this is. But really putting yourselves into the very near future. What will this future look like as you begin to partner with Nu Skin in the new tools and solutions that we'll be delivering? So we'll watch this and give you a glimpse.
Today's technology is transforming the possibilities of tomorrow. This is your megaphone, and with it, you can amplify your voice, reaching a global audience. But it only works if you use it. Partnering with Nu Skin will give you the chance to change the lives of those you're connected to and drive your business forward. We'll arm you with critical tools and access to the content you need to succeed. The time is now to grow your business exponentially as you build and manage your business through social commerce by expanding your reach and achieving more sales and signups faster and further. Get online and build your community. With these tools, you gain access to build your brand with the right content that helps you create your story and define what's important to your customers. You'll be more relevant, and your customers will want to hear what you say. What do you want to say? What makes your story interesting? There's no limit to your potential. Nu Skin will provide you with the digital sales solutions, the training, and the right guidance to become the next level leader. These are the tools that can help you shape your future. Make now the start of your digital business. Learn it, try it, and don't fear it. You have the most important thing you need to be successful: yourself. What are you waiting for?
All right. So I'm going to close with just kind of one message, and that is, and you heard it earlier this morning from Scott, I'm going to reiterate the same thing. We are absolutely committed as a company to delivering this vision to you. We are working long hours. We have teams working around the world, literally 24 hours a day on this, to ensure that what we're delivering to you in the future is exactly what this vision paints for you in the future. And it will be in the near future. So Truman's going to make some announcements at the upcoming Team Elite trip. That's why you're getting a little bit of a vanilla version, but I wanted you to see behind the scenes what it is that we're working on and the approach that we're taking. We'll have more exciting announcements for you here very soon. And some of you in this room will start piloting things in the very near future that tie directly into this approach that Kathy was talking about.
All right, so who's ready to get going with digital and to be part of this transformation, and to be part of solutions? Are you inspired by the words you heard on stage by our leaders today? I hope so. I have a few things. I know you guys are taking notes. I've seen a lot of really good note-taking. So we're going to get ready to go, okay? Are you ready? I don't have a clicker, so somebody needs to click for me, because I forgot my clicker down there. Sorry. All right. You're going to create content. Did you guys learn how to create great content today? Yes. Start creating content. Creating your social strategy. Figure out your brand. Figure out your voice. Figure out your groups and what you want to do. And then, like Holly said, just start doing it. Don't think it over too much or you'll never get started. Create those pages, invite people to them, and start doing it. Come to the social media page. I have webinars and different things, so you can learn how to use the share URL link so that you can, once you do have somebody talking about the products, you can quickly link them to purchase those products through your OPS. I have lots of trainings on that, and I didn't want to use any of our stage time with the distributors we have here today to teach that, but I want you to go on to our website and learn how to use that. And the most important thing I hope you've taken from everything you've heard today is what? Be you, okay? Don't be me, don't be Emma, don't be Hazel and Holly and Megs and Ben and Rebecca. Don't be us. Be you. Be in the channel that you are, talk to the audience that you have, and be you. That is the most important thing. And that's what I want you guys to walk out of here remembering. Now, I want to end on that really exciting note, but I have to do some housekeeping items. So, this is the official end of our session. You have another session at 2. Now, during that session, this group is over in the IC, okay? So you're over in the Innovation Center, so don't come back here at 2, or else you're going to hear this same thing, and your yellow wristbands are going to be across where you're going to hear from the general session. So at 2 o'clock, be there. There are lots of places to get lunch. The expo is going. We've brought in food trucks for you to get lunch. just right around the building. So there's lots of options to get something to eat, to mingle with each other. Everybody post a selfie or a post of some sort between the sessions. And then we will see you guys all at 2 over